Hi everyone, this is Caroline Speaks State of Our World on Tuesday, February 28th, 2023. So what is it? Good, bad, or indifferent? All three. Okay. So the major headlines. Alone and exploited. New York Times expose shows migrant kids in U.S. forced into brutal jobs for major brands. And there's a New York Times article, and I think we have to pay attention to that. Um, it was written by Harriet Dreyer, and it's covered by the New York Times. Okay, okay, and they're not here illegally. They're brought here, and they supposedly have sponsors, and then they end up working in very dangerous jobs all over the country. And President Biden said he's going to carry out a broad crackdown on the use of migrant child labor in the United States, vowing stricter enforcement of labor standards and better support for migrant children. I totally agree. Thank you, President Biden. Also, uh, um, could President Lula of Brazil help end the war in Ukraine? Brazil's president vows to pursue diplomacy and won't arm Kyiv. Thank you. All help is needed. Okay. What are the minor headlines? China blasts the U.S. for posting. China blasts the U.S. for pushing endless war in Ukraine as Janet Yellen visits Kyiv. Okay. Turkey Turkey, 29 buildings collapsed and new earthquake as overall death toll tops 50,000. That's poor souls, the wildlife, all creatures. And uh, B'Tselem accuses Israeli government of backing a pogrom in the West Bank town of Huwara. Yes, uh, the Israeli human rights group B'Tselem has accused Benjamin Netanyahu's government of backing a pogrom in the West Bank town of Huwara on Sunday night. Jewish settlers attacked the town, burning cars and homes and killing Sameh Aktash, a Palestinian man who had recently returned from Turkey, where he volunteered to help after the earthquakes. B'Tselem said the Jewish supremacist regime carried out a pogrom in the villages around Nablus yesterday. This isn't lost. This isn't loss of control. This is exactly what Israeli control looks like. The settlers carry out the attack. The military secures it. The politicians back it. It's a synergy. The Israeli publication 972 magazine reports the Israeli military allowed the rampaging settlers to walk into Huwara on foot while preventing journalists, medics, and Palestinian aid workers from doing the same. According to the Times of Israel, 8 settlers were initially detained, but all have been released. This is uh, okay. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. Israel gets away with everything. Okay. Now, it was on a minor. What else is happening? Uh, Biden vows to crack down on migrant child workers in the U.S. after New York Times expose. Good, thank you. Biden admin to require recipients of CHIPS subsidies to offer affordable child care. Good. Supreme Court hears student debt relief case. Okay. I don't think there should be any student debt relief. They took the loans. Rupert Murdoch admits Fox hosts endorsed election lies to boost network profile, to, to boost network profits. Great. Hold Murdoch and his family and all the Fox people accountable. I'm going to die. Tennessee woman dies of stroke in police cruiser after she was denied medical care. Hope she has a happy home in heaven, which is well taken care of. Hold the Tennessee police accountable and the hospital who released her. Shouldn't have released her, should have provided her with care. Mexican soldiers shoot dead 5 unarmed men in Nuevo Laredo near the border. That's great. They're all trigger happy. Ecuadorian indigenous leader Eduardo Mendua assassinated at his home. Okay, I hope he has a happy home in heaven. Was well taken care of. And I have to hold Ecuador accountable. And the oil company Chevron. Okay, now, okay, climate activists in France and Norway engage in direct action protests outside government ministries. Good. Northern Ireland, Northern Ireland, Northern Ireland and the UK reaches deal with European Union on post-Brexit trade rules. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, alright. Good, have a deal. Northern Ireland have a deal, and they have rules. Northern Ireland was one that had all the troubles, created all the troubles in Ireland. Okay, U.S. Marshals to work with Yurok tribe to probe missing and murdered indigenous persons. Okay, fine, they're doing something. Yes. Let's hold everyone accountable for the treatment of indigenous peoples. Okay. Shipwreck off Italian coast kills at least 62 refugees as Italy cracks down on rescue missions. Yeah, Italy is a right-wing government now, and they don't want to help migrants. Nope, they don't. Okay. Oh, they forgot when they had Mussolini as their leader? Okay. Okay. Now, American Indian movement's occupation of Wounded Knee began 50 years ago. Okay. Now, shipwreck off Italian coast kills at least 62 refugees as Italy cracks down on rescue missions. Israeli settlers go on anti-Palestinian rampage in Huwara amid global horror, and as officials agree to de-escalate tensions. Sure. We have survived. Zelensky marks 1 year of Russian invasion and global protests and new sanctions. Okay. Protesters in Tunisia condemn President Said's racism amid ongoing political turmoil. Okay. El Salvador President Nayib Bukele touts mega prison with shocking images of shackled detainees. That's great. Oh, wonderful what they're doing. Okay, now, alright, that's what's happening out there. Okay, thank you for tuning in, joining us this evening of Tuesday, February 28th, 2023, for another Me or Carolyn Speak State of the World. Hope you join us again tomorrow. In the meantime, wear a mask, practice social distancing when the vaccine is right for you. Get it? I had mine. And remember, kindness goes a long way. Kindness goes a very long way. Take care of each other. Okay. And close the door, light the lights. We're staying home tonight, far away from the bustle and the bright city lights. Let them all fade away. Just leave us alone, and we'll live in a world of our own. We'll build a world of our own that no one else can share. Our troubles will leave far behind us there, and I know we will find such peace of mind when we live in a world of our own. World of Our Own was written by Tom Springfield of the Springfield Folk Group. Was included his sister Dusty, who went on to become an international singing star. World of Our Own was recorded by Dusty and the Seekers. Okay, thank you for tuning in on Tuesday, February 28th, 23. And take care of yourself and others. Remember, kindness goes a long way. Kindness goes a very long way. Thank you. Good night. Stay safe.